All right, today we're going to be talking about lesson 2 in chapter 5. This is all about unit rates. So first of all, a rate, this is a ratio between two quantities, between two things, that have different units, different kinds of units. So, for example, 50 miles in 2 hours. That's a ratio between a distance and a time, and they have different kinds of units. So I can't cancel them out, so the units still have to be there. Now, a unit rate is a rate where the denominator is 1. So we can take our rate of 50 miles for 2 hours, and if I want to get this down to be a unit rate, I would simply divide both the numerator and the denominator by the denominator. So the denominator is 2, so I divide the numerator by 2, so 50 miles divided by 2 is 25 miles. 2 hours divided by 2 is 1 hour. So a unit rate is the same thing as a rate, but the denominator is 1. It'll always be 1 if it is a unit rate. So let's look at some examples. Example 1, I have $10 for 8 cans of soup. So I have $10 for 8 cans. I want to figure out what it would be for 1 can. So I divide both the numerator and the denominator by the denominator, which is 8. So the denominator will now be 1, and the unit would be can. And 10 divided by 8 is going to be $1.25. So it costs $1.25 per can of soup. This can also be written as $1.25 per can. That is wonderful to write it that way as well. Example 2, I have 187 miles in 7 days. So 187 miles divided by 7 days. I want to divide both the numerator and the denominator by 7. And this is going to give me an ugly number, but that's okay because I can round as well. So my denominator is now 1. My numerator would be about 26.7. The actual answer, of course, is going to get me 26.714, but that's a little bit too much. So I'm going to have 26.7 miles over 1 day. Again, I can write that as 26.7 miles per day. Now that we can figure out unit rates, we can actually use those unit rates to figure out some different things. So for example, we can figure out which kind of cleaner is cheaper. So it says a 12-ounce bottle of cleaner costs $4.15. A 16-ounce bottle costs $6.56. So which one has the lower cost? So let's look at the 12-ounce bottle here first. So we have $4.50 divided by 12 ounces. I can then divide both the numerator and the denominator by 12. My denominator is going to give me 1, and my numerator is going to give me 0.375 dollars. So about 38 cents per ounce. This 16-ounce bottle is going to give me $6.56 over 16 ounces. Again, I want to divide by the denominator. So I have, in the denominator now, it's going to be 1 ounce. And $6.56 divided by 16 is 0.41. So now that we have our unit rates, I can simply compare the numerators to figure out which one is better. So the 12-ounce bottle has a lower cost per ounce because it's about 38 cents per ounce, where the 16-ounce bottle is 41 cents per ounce. Example 4, we can also use unit rates to figure out how long something could take, or we can figure out at a different point if those unit rates stayed the same. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to look for the unit rate 5 feet in 2 hours. I'm going to divide both the numerator and the denominator by 2. 5 feet divided by 2 is going to be 2.5 feet. And 2 hours divided by 2 is 1 hour. So now the question comes in, well, if I know how many it is for 1 hour, what is it for 5 hours? So I'm going to multiply this by 5, both the numerator and the denominator. Not the denominator, just the numerator. So I'm going to take 2.5 feet times 5, and then I'm going to divide by 1. So that's not really going to change anything. And that's the reason why we like unit rates, because we just have to multiply the numerator by what we're trying to find. So 2.5 times 5 is going to get me 12.5 feet in 5 hours. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, this is the end of Lesson 2.